Hey, good morning and happy Sunday. Hey, how's it going? That's all you're gonna get. Anyhow, happy Sunday. Where's my coffee? Oh, jeez. Coffee. Yes, we're doing coffees. And cheers and happy New Year. First show of the new year. Yes, golf clap. We made it. We made it. I made it anyways. Hope you guys made it. Coffee, and we actually have blueberries this morning. Yes, yeah. Okay. Breakfast of champions. Anyhow, happy New Year, everybody. I hope everyone had a great time on New Year's. I had a great time sitting on my couch. Um, what did we watch? I can't remember. I think we were watching hockey. Was there hockey on? Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, it's just a blur. It's just a blur. Anyhow, yeah, happy New Year. Busy gigging for Bridge on Fire for some reason. I also figured out that played I played one brand new place, Stonewall's in Hamilton on a Sunday night in the holidays. So there's one gig that people were just trying out a new band in the holidays. Uh, we got a last minute gig at our favorite place, Manny's. That's January 3rd. And then January 4th, last night we played at Eastside's. Those are tough, tough dates. Um, when there's not a lot of people in the bar, Stonewall's, basically all three gigs. After the holidays, everyone spent money. I hate to say it, tough economy, and maybe people were picking their spots. So those are tough dates to play. But we just handed to my boys in Bridge on Fire, man, was ever a great tune-up to play that, and we had like 10 new songs in the set. So we're breaking all that stuff in, and thanks to Eastside's last night, great gig. Um, but how was your 2024? We talked a bit about it last week. We talked about people we lost in 2024. I did forget. Thank you, Don Dodds. I did forget Paul Diano of Iron Maiden, ex singer of Iron Maiden. But arguably, talked to some people. We had a big discussion at Bridge on Fire Soundcheck on Friday at Manny's about the eras of Iron Maiden. We had Paul Diano first two albums. I personally love the first two albums, especially Killers, Wrathchild and that, and then of course the Dickinson era, Number of the Beast, all forward to the Blaze Bayley era, which was very short lived, and then Dickinson came back, and then basically that's the lineup we have now, other than Nico retiring this year, last year, okay, but it's hard. You gotta say this year and that's last year now. You gotta say Happy New Year. How long do you say Happy New Year for? 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I don't know. But yeah, Iron Maiden. We talked about that, and because Bridge has some Iron Maiden songs on the set now, and yeah, just basically, it's it was just basically Paul Diano's era is arguably between some diehard Maiden fans. Maybe he's a lot of people think kind of like Cliff Burton and Metallica. They think this was the real Iron Maiden. There was a lot of issues with Paul. I don't think he really could. They could have really continued touring a lot. And if you know the past Iron Maiden and the present Iron Maiden, touring's a huge part of their lifestyle. And I think if you don't, I think Steve Harris is a very my way or the highway guy. I think you're gonna basically walk if he can't do what he wants to do. And something, give him the all the more power to him for having that power and drive to keep that band going, and it's still going strong. And it's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I don't think they care. Anyhow, yeah. So I forgot about Paul Diano for deaths in 2024. Lots of great outlooks for 2025. I hope everyone's going to have a great one. I think things are turning around. Unfortunately, our friend at Manny's in Brantford, who a lot of you guys may have played the place over the years. Um, economy took its toll on Manny. The place is not closing, but he is selling it off. So it was kind of an end of an era for us on Friday night. And we lost a lot of great clubs in our region in 2024. Whiskey Rocks in St. Thomas, Rhythm and Brews in Cambridge, uh, Spices or SOS here in Brantford, and there were I think there were a few more. Yeah, they unfortunately. The economy hits those places hard. You can't go out, can't drink. Prices, go up for everything, and everyone's economizing. So, sadly, cheers to all our past venues that we have lost, and our present venues that are still going strong. Like your East Sides, your Cabanas. And I'm just talking about bars in our region, anyways. But anyhow, that's all from Bridge on Fire and talking about their venues. But anyways, how was your 2024? I hope everyone had a really good. Well, do we have resolutions anymore? Do people do these things? I don't know. But it's important to important for me. It's important to stay healthy, stay active, and I hope you guys are too. Lots of sorry, it's great sounding guitar, so I had to make it sound here so you can hear it. Anyhow, just a couple shout outs to for the year. If you watch this, there's a video that I posted of Bridge on Fire at Manny's on Friday, and then after I do the guitar solo, can't speak this morning. No More Tears. You can hear my buddy Heavy Metal Mark go, yeah, and listen for that. That's right. I just a great fan for us, Heavy Metal Mark. Happy New Year to you, buddy. Happy birthday. He had his birthday December 30th was his birthday. Yes, yes, kind of a festivus for New Year's. But anyhow, lots of great reflections on the year, and lots of not so great. The world's going for a change in 2025. I think it's going to be hopeful. Well, we have to make it a change for the better for ourselves, even though worldly things might be weird. So make sure you take care of yourself in the happy world. We were talking about this on the way home last night. Maybe we dwell too much on bad world issues that are outside of your household, but try and keep your positive energies and your good stuff and all your family and friends and all that positive good stuff in your household and within your whole community of people, because guess what, when we face that world out there, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. Yeah. Anyways, no reason I'm playing this guitar. I think most of you know the reason, but no reason I pulled it up today. I really luck out with guitars in my world. This was the first one that you can hear that. Unfortunately, it has to go back and get some little tweaks done to it. But yeah. And anybody's who got new guitars this year? Who got new guitars this year? I don't want to tell you what number this one is for us in this house. It has a 9 in it. It has a 9 in it, so that's kind of scary. If you know what the 9 is, the 9 is the first number. Yeah. Okay. Enough said. Hey, buying guitars is not necessarily an addiction for a live player. We always are striving for more sounds. We have to get, stuff for certain gigs. We have to get stuff for, that sounds right. We get more, and when I say stuff, I mean guitars. We get stuff for recording sessions. Lots of funny memes out there. Hey, you got a new guitar, you're gonna sell the old one, and the good fellows laughing guys, but it's just I've sold 5. I think I've sold 5 guitars in my life. I regret every one of those 5, and even though some of them weren't even, I had a Honda, my second guitar, second electric guitar, because I had some acoustic guitars when I was a kid. But I was around. I remember I remember my sister driving me there to the music store, so I couldn't drive yet. So I must have been, I don't know, 15, 16. I think I got my license when I was 17, so I might have been 16 already. But Hondo Flying V. Hondo Flying V. I don't know if you guys remember Hondos. Was red with a nice stripe down the center. Had a whammy bar, my first whammy bar guitar, because I really wanted the strap back there. Couldn't afford it. And then I had a Hondo Flying V. That's one. And it was a $250 guitar back then. So it wasn't really worth a lot. I sold that off just so I could buy it. Yeah, you would go through a phase where you have to sell stuff to buy more gear. That's what all 5 of those guitars were like. I also had a Charvel neck through, which I had for about a week, and I didn't really like that. Wish I had it now, but I didn't like the neck throughs in this body style. Didn't like that, so that's gone. My biggest regret, even though I'm not going to mention all 5 because it's taking too much time here, but my biggest regret, and you're gonna shoot me for this one, is I had an original Ibanez Destroyer. Did all you Eddie Van Halen fans just kind of gasp? And I sold it. Yeah, original Ibanez Destroyer, which is, if you guys don't know, that's what Eddie recorded all the non-whammy bar songs on Van Halen 1. And I think, yeah, and then he basically, it's the Shark guitar, the one that's got a big cut, it's got the stripes in red, and it's got a big cut in the back, and it looks like an Explorer. Gibson Explorer. And then he basically said when he cut that chunk out, he was stupid and he lost all the tone that guitar had. And then when he had to record the next album, he borrowed another Destroyer off of Chris Holmes from Wasp, and it wasn't the same because if you guys know guitars, you can have 2 identical guitars side by side, and they're different. They're very different. Yeah. So I had one of those. I had an Ibanez Destroyer original, and yeah, I sold that one, and that's the biggest regret because they're probably, because of Eddie, they're worth tons of money now, and I don't think I'd even worry about the as we don't really worry about the value of these things, but just the fact that you had it, and you had that sound, and you wish I'd be hanging it on the wall right here and saying, hey, there's my Destroyer, but it's gone, and I won't be able to get another one because they're astronomical, huge costs now. Anyways. Because of our boy. But yeah, so I try to hang on to all the guitars now. I'm hoping that I can hang on to all the guitars now. You never know what happens in the world. But yeah, so if you take a look around here of what you can see, you can usually only see 2, but there's 5 over here, there's 6 over here, and then there's probably another 20 or so sitting in the back area here. I should do a scan for a second, but there's so much of a mess down here. What happens at the end of the, I know live musicians will know this. I have this thing called aftermath where, you pack up your stuff real quickly, and you try and be as neat as possible because the next gig is coming soon, so you don't want to be too terribly messy. But aftermath is trying to dig through all the cables that you didn't wind properly. Everything that's just a mess, and you take care of your stuff, guys. Take care of your stuff. Wind those cables properly. Take care of your stuff. Anyhow, that was a mouthful. I hope you enjoy your New Year week. The wind down is tough, isn't it, to get back to this Monday, which is tomorrow. That's a tough one, isn't it? Yeah, and a lot of reasons why a lot of people didn't come out to bars and our gigs on last week is, because everyone's worried about that Monday. So everybody, cheers to you guys, you Monday working warriors out there. We are going to get through it. The alarm's going to go off tomorrow morning, and it's going to be rough, okay? But it's back in the roads. Unfortunately, yeah, January is kind of the blah month, the snow, the weather, nothing to do, nothing to look forward to. Next long weekend is Family Day for Ontario, so cheers to you all. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Happy New Year. Monday comes early. See ya. Bye-bye.